Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So, good morning to one and all. Brahan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Education Department welcomes you all to the statewide online lecture of English Medium for Class 6th. Myself, Reshma Khan from Goregaon Transit Camp, Mumbai Public School. So, today we are going to study the subject that is Civics of grade 6th. So, dear children, let me ask you, do you all love to see the pictures? Yes or no? Do you all love to see the pictures?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so here I'm going to show you the pictures and you have to tell me what is the picture about. Okay, so here is the picture. Can you spot it? What is the picture about?
Miss, can I?
Yes.
Miss, this is about village. This
Okay,
is
what the
village.
people, okay, it is a picture about village. What the people are doing over here? What the people are doing?
Agriculture.
Okay, they are
Miss,
doing farming.
agriculture.
Okay, farming, agriculture. Wonderful. So the picture is about the village. Very good. Now, what is this picture about?
Miss,
Yes.
this is picture about Gram Sabha.
Okay, Gram Sabha. But Gram Sabha comes under what? Gram Sabha comes under what?
Gram Sabha under local government.
Wonderful, wonderful. So today we are going to learn the topic, and the name of the topic is rural
Local government.
local
Ruler.
self-government. Wonderful. So in that we are going to study Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and the Zilla Parishad. Okay, so before starting, let me introduce you towards the administrative structure of Indian country. So at the top is the union government, which has the power to make the law for our Indian country. Under it comes the state government, which includes all the state of the Indian country. And under it comes the rural government, which is again divided into two categories, that is panchayat, which includes rural population, and the municipality, which includes urban population. Why it was so? Because as we all know that the India is the largest country with a huge population, so it was impossible and difficult for the union government and the state government to solve the problem of the people at the local level. So the need arises, and again the rural local self-government was again divided into two parts, that is rural, which consists of village areas, and urban, which consists of city areas. As it was well said by our great leader Mahatma Gandhi ji, in order to bring the overall development in the village community, the villages should be governed or ruled by the people living in the village itself. Why it was so? Because the people in the villages are familiar with their problems. So it was easier and comfortable for them to find the solutions for their problem. Secondly, it will lessen the burden of the union and the state government. Third one, the administrative process will run in a smoother and a easier way. And the fourth one, the village people will actively participate and involve in the government. So here it was also said by the government that the future of the India lies in its villages. So, in order to provide and manage such amenities to the people at the local level, rural local self-government bodies existed. Now, this local rural self-government body was again subdivided into three levels. At the base is the Gram Panchayat, which includes all the villages. After it is at the center, Panchayat Samiti, which includes all the blocks. And at the top is the Zilla Parishad, which includes all the districts. So now we are going to see that, as we all know, that the two-thirds of the Indian population represent the rural population. So it was very much necessary that the participation and the involvement of the rural people was must. So according to the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992, Panchayati Raj system came into an existence. It is a uniform three-tier structure for rural areas of India. At the left-hand side, you can see the images. It is a triangle. It is also called as a three-tier structure, and it is also known as a Panchayati Raj system. So now at the base is the Gram Panchayat. At the center, which is a link between the Zilla Parishad and the Gram Panchayat, is the Panchayat Samiti, and at the top is the Zilla Parishad. So here all the villages together form a block, and all the blocks together form a district, and all the district together form a state, and all the state together form a country. So it is a chain of administration. Now we are going to see how many rural bodies are there in our Indian country. According to 2017, there are 2,67,428 local government bodies in India, of which 2,62,771 are of rural local self-government bodies, which includes Gram Panchayat as 2,55,466. There are Panchayat Samitis around 6,672 and 632 Zilla Parishad. So these are the total rural local self-government bodies in India. So now let's start with the first rural local self-government body, that is Gram Panchayat. So here, what is the meaning of Gram Panchayat? So the Gram Panchayat is a panchayat that looks after the administration of village. It is a panchayat, it is the administration who solves the problems of the people at the village level. At the village level. So whatever problems are there, they are being solved at the village level. So Gram Panchayat is there to look after the problems of the people at the village level. If the population is less than 500 members, if in the village there are less than 500 people, so two village together are combined and they comes under one group, and that is called as a group Gram Panchayat. If the people are less than 500 in one particular village, then only they are combined together and they are called as a group Gram Panchayat. Now, the Gram Panchayat is the grassroots of the Panchayati Raj system. As we have already seen in the previous slide, that the Gram Panchayat is at the base. So it is also called as a grassroots of the Panchayati Raj system. Here, the Gram Panchayat look after the maintenance and the sanitation problems and the facilities, and they provide each and every facilities to the village people. So in the Gram Panchayat, there are minimum 7 and maximum 17 members in the Gram Panchayat. Now, we are going to see about the first Gram Panchayat village where the Gram Panchayat has been started. So here Harisal is the village which is situated in the Amravati district of Maharashtra state. So it was the first village who started their Gram Panchayat. It was the first village which started the Gram Panchayat in the state of Maharashtra. Even it is also called as a digital village, and the Microsoft organization has adopted this village, and they have given them the logo here in the image. You can see it. I have enlarged it here at the top of the Akola. You can see Harisal village, which has been provided with the logo of Microsoft. So it is also called as a first digital village of India, and it was also the first Gram Panchayat village who have been started the Gram Panchayat. Now we are going to see the officers of the Gram Panchayat. So before starting with the officers of Gram Panchayat, children, let me ask you one question. Do you all know what is the proper voting age in our Indian country?
Miss,
Yes.
18.
Very good. Fantastic. So once the a citizen is of 18 year, that citizen has the right to vote. Wonderful. So now let's proceed. So here we are going to study about the officers of the Gram Panchayat, and in the Gram Panchayat the elections are held after every 5 years. In the Gram Panchayat elections are held after every 5 years, and the head of the Gram Panchayat is the Sarpanch. He has full power and authority to control the meetings of the Gram Panchayat. He or she is responsible to implement the developmental schemes in villages and to implement it and to show and to create an awareness about that scheme and the development, to bring about the development in the villages. And the next is the deputy sarpanch. If the sarpanch is absent, so here it is the duty of the deputy sarpanch to carry out all the duties of the sarpanch in absence of sarpanch. So here the deputy sarpanch has a right to carry out the duty only if the sarpanch is absent. Now here Gram Panchayat appoints a secretary in order to carry out the administrative work. So here the Gram Sevak is the secretary of the Gram Panchayat. His duty is to function and explain its development scheme to the village people and to gain more and more involvement and the participation of the village people. So here the head of the Gram Panchayat is Sarpanch, and the head of the administrative system which is run in the Gram Panchayat by Gram Sevak. Now we are going to see about the Gram Sabha. So this is a Sabha, it is a kind of a volunteer. So the assembly of all the voters of the village is Gram Sabha. So here the people who are active and who can vote are in a group, and they are called as a Gram Sabha. So the meetings are conducted in a year, and the total meetings are six, which is conducted in the Gram Sabha and which is controlled by the Sarpanch. As the Sarpanch is the head of the Gram Panchayat, so meeting is controlled by the Sarpanch. In the first meeting, the Gram Sabha discusses the annual report and the accounts submitted by the Gram Panchayat. The suggestions of the Gram Sabha are conveyed to the Gram Panchayat. Here, if the Gram Sabha want to discuss or they want to suggest something for the betterment or for the development of the village community, they can convey their messages to the Gram Panchayat itself. The Gram Sabha gives permission to the development scheme proposed by Gram Panchayat. So this was all about the Gram Panchayat. Now, can you tell me which will be the next rural local self-government body? Any guesses? Any guesses? Which will be the next rural self-government body?
Miss,
Union
Yes?
government.
No? Someone else?
Miss,
Yes?
Panchayat Samiti.
Very good, wonderful. So the next one is the Panchayat Samiti. So what is the Panchayat Samiti? Now we are going to understand that. All the villages within a taluka form a development block. The body that looks after the functioning of the development block is called as Panchayat Samiti. Now here more than 10 villages together form a block and they look after the development of the block and they try to maintain a proper functioning and a proper balancing in providing all the basic facilities to the people living in the block. So here the Panchayat Samiti also act as a link between the Gram Panchayat and the Zilla Parishad. As the Panchayat Samiti is at the center position, so is it acts as a link between the Gram Panchayat and the Panchayat Samiti. So there are minimum 15 members and maximum 25 members in the Panchayat Samiti. Now we are going to see the officers of the Panchayat Samiti. So here the chairman is the head of the Panchayat Samiti. Same as the Sarpanch was the head of the Gram Panchayat. So here the chairman is the head of the Panchayat Samiti. Chairman has full responsibility of calling the meeting and conducting the business meeting where they can discuss, they can suggest about the developmental plan, programs, and how to implement it. The deputy chairman carries out the duties in the absence of chairman. If the chairman is absent, the deputy chairman has the right to carry out the duties of the Panchayat Samiti. Now, here again, a secretary has been appointed by the CEO of Zilla Parishad in order to carry out the administrative functions of the Panchayat Samiti, and that secretary is called as a block development officer who's been appointed to administrate the Panchayat Samiti. So now the officers of the Panchayat Samitis, we have understood that the head is the chairman, and if the chairman is absent, the deputy chairman can carry out the duties of all the whatever duties the chairman carries out, and the secretary is there which administrate the Panchayat Samiti. Now the next we are going to deal with the Zilla Parishad. Top this is at the top place in the Panchayati Raj system. So what is Zilla Parishad? Zilla Parishad is a government at the district level. So all the blocks together form a district. So now we are going to study about the administration at the district level. It is commonly called as ZP. You must have heard about the ZP. Zilla Parishad schools, Zilla Parishad colleges, Zilla Parishad hospital. So the same way we must have heard about the BMC schools, BMC colleges and the BMC offices. So at the rural area, they are having Zilla Parishad, that is ZP. So it is also called as a Jilla or district, means an area of a town. It look after the rural area of district. Its offices are located at the district headquarters. Now, what is the meaning of district headquarters? District headquarters are the main offices from where the organization is controlled, from where the administration is controlled of the district. Now we are going to see about the district. How many districts are there? So every district has a Zilla Parishad. So can you tell me what is the map about, which is at the left side? What is the map about?
Miss,
Yes.
this is a map of Maharashtra.
Okay, it is a map of Maharashtra, and in that I'm enlarging it. In that there are the district of Maharashtra. So can you name some district for me? Can you call out the names?
Miss,
Yes.
yes, Miss.
Yes.
अहमदनगर, पुणे, रायगढ़, सातारा, सोलापुर, बीड़,
Aurangabad,
then
Bhid, very good.
then Jalgaon,
Wonderful,
Dhule,
wonderful, Wonderful, wonderful. So can you tell me what is the capital of Maharashtra?
Miss Mumbai.
Very good, which is dotted in a red, and the capital of Maharashtra is Mumbai. Wonderful. So here are the district of the Maharashtra, which in which you all can see in the map. So at present, the state of Maharashtra has 36 districts, but only 34 Zilla Parishad. Why only 34 Zilla Parishad? Because the Mumbai city district and the Mumbai suburban district do not have rural population. The population which consists of rural is only included in Zilla Parishad. So at present, there are only 34 Zilla Parishad in the state of Maharashtra. Now we are going to study about the officers of the Zilla Parishad. Same as of Gram Panchayat and the Panchayat Samiti, the elections are held after every 5 years. So here the president is the head of the Zilla Parishad. He presides or controls over the meeting of Zilla Parishad. The vice president carries out the duties in the absence of president. Now it was compulsory to conduct a meeting within the 3 months. It was very much necessary for the Zilla Parishad to conduct the meeting within every 3 months, and there were minimum 50 members and maximum 75 members in the Zilla Parishad to administrate at the district level. Now, the Zilla Parishad appoint a secretary by the state government, and that secretary is called as a CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer. This CEO is a person who has passed the IAS exam. It is compulsory for the CEO to pass the IAS exam. Now, can you tell me what is the full form of IAS? Any guesses? What is the full form of IAS? Any guesses? Okay, so let me tell you the full form of IAS is Indian Administrative Service System. You must have heard IPS, IES, that is Indian Police Service, Indian Engineering Service, IFS, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Forest Service. So same way it is IAS, that is Indian Administrative Service exam, which consists of how to administrate. So here the CEO is a person. For that person, it was compulsory to pass the IAS exam. Now the CEO is assisted by deputy CEOs and other officials at the district level in order to carry out the administration in the smoother way. Here the CEO and the deputy CEO implement the schemes and the programs, and the other officers, they also help out to administrate at the district level. Now we are going to see the reservations. So here, out of total seats in Zilla Parishad area, at least one-third seats were reserved for the women, including seats belonging to the scheduled caste women. Why it was so? So that women should also participate and their involvement should also be there in the administration. So the seats were reserved for the women. Now even the seats for the scheduled caste are reserved in the proportion to their population in Zilla Parishad area. The seats were reserved, but according to the population, according to the members of the people living in the district itself. Now we are going to see the functions of Panchayati Raj system, that includes Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and the Zilla Parishad. So the most important is to provide the essential services to the rural population, to bring out overall development in the rural community. They plan, execute the developmental programs for a healthy life, for a good life, and to provide the basic necessity facilities to the people at the local level. As we all know that the agriculture is the main occupation of the people in the rural area. So here the Panchayati Raj system supplies improved seeds and teaches the farmer new methods in farming. They motivate, they encourage the farmer to use new techniques and technologies for the farming and agriculture process. Now the next is even the Panchayati Raj system started the primary schools and the library in the villages in order to increase the literacy rate and to create an awareness about the importance of education. So even they have set up the primary schools and the libraries for the people at the local level. Now the next is even they are providing the proper primary health centers and hospitals in the villages, in the block and at the district level, which provides time to time checkup, health checkup, vaccinations, and also they provide they provide the awareness about the proper diet, nutrition, etc. at the local level. And the next is they have started the cleanliness and the sanitation programs in the villages, which has the involvement of the students in order to create the awareness about the cleanliness and the sanitations, which consist of activities and the workshops which involves the student in it. And the next is to provide the proper water and drinking facilities to the rural people. And the next is to start women and the child welfare programs in the villages. It was necessary for the women to participate and to involve in the administrative process. So here they have started the small workshops, small activity where they are making the women participate in a small groups, and they are trying to bring about the child women and the child welfare programs in the villages. Now the next is here the people are gathered together, the Panchayati Raj system officers and the peoples and the members of the villages are gathered together, and here they are encouraging the small scale industries, handicraft and the dairy farms, etc. Handicraft means the articles or the creativity which are made by hand, for example painting, for example using of bamboo stick to make the basket, to make the vase. So here the people are encouraged among the village. And the next is even they are working for the development programs for the Adivasi and the scheduled caste, that is of the tribal people who belongs from the remote areas. So along with this, even the Panchayati Raj system is also working hard to provide the proper road facilities, transport facilities, and also providing the employment to the people who are jobless. So this was all about the rural local self-government body, and even the Zilla Parishad is also having the standing committee which deals and which works to provide the basic necessity facilities to the people at the rural level. So it was all about the rural local self-government. I hope you all must have understood it. So is there any doubt? Is there any doubt? Okay, so let's proceed further. Now let's recapitulate again in a short. So today we have studied about the rural local self-government body, which includes Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and the Zilla Parishad. So Gram Panchayat is the grassroots of the Panchayati Raj system, which administrate at the village level. So there are minimum 7 members and maximum 17 members in the Gram Panchayat. The head of the Gram Panchayat is the Sarpanch, and if the Sarpanch is absent, So the duties are carried out by the deputy sarpanch, and a secretary is appointed to administrate the gram panchayat. Then the secretary is called as a gram sevak. This was all about the gram panchayat. Now the next is the panchayat samiti, which is a link between the gram panchayat and the zilla parishad. Gram panchayat administrate at the block level. So there are total minimum 15 members and maximum 45 members in the Panchayat Samiti. The head of the Panchayat Samiti is the chairman. If the chairman is absent, the duties are carried out by the deputy chairman. And the secretary is appointed by the CEO of Zilla Parishad, that is called as Block Development Officer. Now the next is at the top is the Zilla Parishad, which administrate at the district level. So here the members in the Zilla Parishad are minimum 50 and maximum 75. There are total 34 Zilla Parishad in the state of Maharashtra. The head of the Zilla Parishad is president, and when the president is absent, the duties are carried out by the vice president. And the secretary is appointed by the state government, which is called as a CEO, Chief Executive Officer. It was compulsory for the Chief Executive Officer to pass IAS exam, that is Indian Administrative Exam. So this was all about the rural local self-government body. So we are going to study about the functions in short. So here are the functions of all the three levels, that is village level, block level and the district level. So the very first function is they are working together in the coordination in order to bring about the proper developmental scheme and to implement it in the rural areas. So here's the second one is that they are in order to provide proper sanitation facilities, proper water facilities, street road facilities at the village level, at the block level and at the district level. And even they are working and they are even providing the primary education, primary schools by setting up libraries, by creating the awareness about importance of education in order to increase the literacy rate and the rural population. And even they are trying hard and even they are providing the primary health centers, hospitals, dispensary, proper time to time checkup, vaccinations to the people at the rural areas, with including about the nutrition and the diet itself. Rather than this, they are also providing the they are also encouraging the small scale industries. They are also encouraging the women to participate in the administrative process of the rural government. So this was all about rural local self government body. I hope you all have understood it. So now kids, are you all ready for the quiz session? You all love to play the quiz? Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so let's have some quiz. Okay, so here are the questions I'm going to read for you all, and I'm going to read the options for you all. Okay, so you have to answer it. A. The administration at village level is called as first Panchayat Samiti, second Gram Panchayat, and third is Zilla Parishad.
Teacher,
Yes,
Teacher,
yes,
mic open.
yes. What is the
Teacher,
answer?
Gram Panchayat is
Are you sure?
local.
What?
Teacher, the
You just select from this three option, which is the option. You just have to select the option, whether the option first,
teacher,
second, or third.
teacher
Yes,
teacher second.
are you sure? Should I lock it?
Teacher second.
Okay, so let's see whether your answer is correct or not. So yes, your answer is correct. Wonderful. Now the B1. At present, how many Zilla Parishads are there in Maharashtra? Option first 36, option second 43, option third 34, and option fourth is 32. So what will 34? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Yes, so here also your answer is correct. Wonderful. Now let's have some more questions. Let's see. After how many years do elections are held in the rural local self-government? Option first is 5, option second is 10, option third is 7, and option 4 is 3. So after how many years the elections are held in the rural local self-government? Yes,
Miss, after 5 years.
after 5 years. Okay, so should I lock it? Should I lock
Yes,
the
Miss.
first option? Okay, so let's see.
Yes.
Yes, so your answer is correct. Fantastic. Now the D1. Who is the head of the Panchayat Samiti? Option first, President. Option second, Sarpanch. Option third, CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer. And option fourth, Chairman.
Miss Chairman.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, your answer is correct. Excellent. So here all the 4 answers are right. Wonderful. Keep it up. So now the most important, it's the time for your home assignment. So here is your assignment, home assignment. You have to note it down in your notebook. That is, draw a chart of rural local self-government from civics textbook, that is on page number 70. Please note it down in your notebook. I hope you all have noted. Is it? Yes or no? Should I proceed further?
Yes, teacher, finish.
Okay.
टीचर
Yes, yes.
टीचर उसको ड्रॉ करना है ना.
Yes, you have to draw a chart of rural local self-government, which is in your civics textbook itself on the page number 70. You just have to draw it. Okay? So here at the last, I would like you all to instruct that please do like, share and subscribe our BMC Edu channel of Standard 6. Once again, thank you so much to all. By Reshma Khan from Goregaon Transit Camp, Mumbai Public School.